I wanna be Batman, cause everybody...
What's up, everybody? This is mjawwarrior here with mjawwarrior Reviews, and I'm bringing you guys another comic book review. Now, the comic book that we're going to be getting into today is The Blackest Night, Batman, issue 1 of 3. Now, I'm usually skeptical on whether or not to read the mini-series within a huge series. Like, the Battle of the Cowl, when I read that, I didn't want to read the Oracle part because I just didn't know if it was going to be relevant, and I read it and then I knew it wasn't going to be relevant. It was just totally irrelevant to what was happening, to the whole Battle of the Cowl. It was just nonsense. You really never even needed that in the whole Battle of the Cowl. The other tie-ins, though, they were pretty cool to read, but the only one that I was very disappointed in was the Oracle version inside of that. It was just totally irrelevant, and it was just the only cool part in it was seeing Barbara Gordon kick some ass while she was in the wheelchair. It was just really cool how she kicked a lot of ass. That was pretty cool. Well, let's get into The Blackest Night. Now, I decided whether or not to give you guys the whole story in this or just some key points that happen in this. I'm probably just going to give you the key points so that you can read it on your own. In the beginning, I'm just going to say the one hero, Dead Man, his bones get taken and they're risen from the black rings. Now his spirit's running around trying to get to somebody who's gonna understand what's happening with all this black rings mumbo jumbo. He gets to Damien and Dick Grayson and tells them what's going on. That's all I'm gonna say, but it tells them what's going on with this whole thing. Basically, the story is just gonna be with Batman's version inside Gotham City, how this is affecting Gotham City. Now, I know the Blackest Night is going to be a cool series because I read the first one and I have the second one. I haven't got to read it yet. But if you don't want to get into the whole series, you can just, I guess you can pick up this one, 1 through 3. Now, this one was good. This series, this issue, the first issue to this mini-series was pretty good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. There's 4 new people who get risen in this, besides other people in this that get risen. But there's 4 people in here that I would never suspect getting risen from the dead. Never suspect it. Now, if you don't want to hear who it is, then I suggest you pause this and fast forward it. But I'm going to tell you guys it right now. So just to let you guys know, I'm going to tell you it. So whether or not you want to read it. The 4 new people who get risen are the 2 parents of Tim Drake and Dick Grayson. Now, their parents get risen from the dead. I never would have suspected that to happen. Ever. Red Robin, he gets the phone call about the bodies being risen, and he's coming back to Gotham City from wherever he is in Europe, doing the whole Red Robin missions that he's doing in his series. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that happens in this. Not a lot of action, but there's a lot of stuff that's happening in this comic book alone. Now, I thought that was pretty funny because in the resurrection of Ra's al Ghul, Tim Drake wanted to raise his dad from the dead, but he's coming up now in The Blackest Night. It's just ironic, sort of like a weird comedy tragedy sort of thing. I thought it was pretty cool. But this series, this issue, first issue for this mini-series is pretty good. I'm liking it. I'm really liking it. If you want to jump into it, definitely get this one. I mean, look at the cover. I mean, why wouldn't you want to get this and keep it in your collection? It's a really cool cover. But good story. Besides all that, it's a really cool story. I like it. I had a little bit of doubts going into it. I didn't want to get my hopes up being like, well, it's going to be cool because it's just Batman, but it was good. It was really good. I'm really looking forward to getting number 2. Well, that said, that was my review for The Blackest Night. It's a good pickup. It's a good read if you want to read something new and get into the whole Green Lantern thing. Even if you don't want to get into the whole war, getting into the war really does help because you're reading the whole thing. But yeah, this is a really good series in the Blackest Night. So, Blackest Night, Batman, 1 of 3. Really good read.